What can you say about Mayweather Pacquiao? I've talked to you about this fight for years. I've talked to your father, may he rest in peace, about this fight, and now it's here. You guys always wanted it.
Yes, my father always pushed for this fight. He loved both of them. Floyd and Manny were very dear to my father. 17 years ago, they won the flyweight and the super featherweight championship. Same year. And it has been a journey which had them very close to the WBC. And my father pushed very much for this fight. He would be very happy to see a reality, and at the same time he would be very sad because seeing one of them lose is very sad.
He was the only one who believed this fight will happen when the entire world gave up. Why is it that the WBC believed and announced it? And people actually ridicule it, saying, no way this fight will happen. And you guys say, no, we demand this fight.
Because it's a fight that both need for their legacy. If either when they retire and they didn't fight each other, regardless of the other accomplishments, there would be that asterisk saying he did not fight Manny or he did not fight Floyd. I think it's a great fight. It's a great moment for boxing, and this will boost our sport into a new era, new golden era of boxing.
You have a belt, Emerald belt. It's worth $1 million. How many bodyguards does the belt have when it goes places?
Well, we have some. In Mexico, we had plenty. It was very fun. The government demanded, and they sent 30 security guards. And you know, when I went to the airport, they came in and they gave it to me on the plane. I felt like everybody, and I said, well, now you leave and then I land in New York, what's going to happen? Beautiful. We're just having such a great ride with this belt because it's very beautiful.
You know, your belt is very prestigious. Everybody, Floyd only collects the green belts, he says. Why do you think your belt is so, demanded by fighters? That's the belt that they kind of all look up to, the WBC belt.
I believe there's a great relationship between the WBC and the fighters. Throughout our history, we have had a very close relationship with the fighters since they are amateurs,
wow,
when they become champions, and when they're back to conditions that they would not want to be. They're always, my father always looked at them as their sons. He has looked out for them forever. So I think there's a way to make a very clear relation between a fighter and the organization and the legacy. Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Sugar Leonard, Hagler, Hearns, Duran, Chavez, Mayweather, Pacquiao, George Foreman, Oscar de la Hoya.
Yeah.
I mean, Roy Jones. We can go on and on, and the greatest boxers in the history of the sport have had the green and gold belt.
When did you guys come up with the concept to make $1 million belt? Is that something you guys had in the works, or something you guys said, you know what, this fight is so big, we're going to decided to do it? How did it come about?
My father had a vision. He had tremendous ideas all his life. He never stopped thinking and trying to bring attention to the sport. When Pacquiao signed to fight Cotto, my father designed and made the diamond belt. It captured the attention. It was a great moment. And from then on, several fights have been awarded the diamond belt. Then when Floyd fought Canelo, it was the golden belt, made out of gold.
It's heavy.
The Mexico tourism put the name on it. And this time my father always had a dream to see the emeralds, the belt being the green belt. So this is how we came up, and we worked with 20 artisans. They took 1 month and 2 different plaques to make it. They practiced every single piece. Is handcrafted, handmade, and I'm very proud of the beauty. It's classy, it's not shiny, it's simply classy, beautiful, and it has the soul of 20 persons that made it.
2 questions. First of all, how do you make sure the guys from ESPN aren't going to take it home with them?
Because I'm watching them.
Okay. And today at the press conference, you showed the belt to Manny, you whispered something in his ear, and Mayweather saw the belt, and Manny touched it, and Mayweather told you something. What did both stars tell you today at the press conference when you showed them the belt?
Those are the things that I can only tell my kids.
They said, that's mine, hold it for me?
Those are the things that, that's a relationship one has with the fighter, which is beautiful. It's what makes us really understand why we are in boxing, why we have so much passion, why we have to look out for the boxers. And both are tremendous persons. They deserve the best. God willing, everything will be okay. They will come out of the fight okay, and boxing will be shining for many years to come.
My last question. There's a lot of talk of Cotto Triple G, of Cotto Canelo. The next big fight that you want to see, what do you want to see in that weight division, 160?
Well, I spoke during our convention in December. There's so many great fights that can be done within the welter, super welter, middleweight division. You have Garcia, you have Matisse, you have Floyd, you have Pacquiao, Canelo, Triple G, Cotto, Amir Khan. So many fighters. You move a little bit up, you have Kovalev, you have Stevenson, you have Pascal, Chavez Jr., Fonfara. So it is just a matter that let's see what happens next Saturday. Canelo has to fight Kirkland, which is a very dangerous fight. Cotto has to fight DeGale, and then from there, also Triple G has to fight
William Monroe
on the May 16th. So we have to wait until all that unveils. Let's see what happens, but I'm sure great fights are coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Sulaiman, the president of WBC.